anybody except those who are in relationship hoping to get married. So what we are sharing could be applicable in that relationship, and hopefully when you get married, live out what is being said practically. What does your wife longs to hear from you? Your wife longs to hear you say that she's pretty or she's beautiful. You see, today, most women are successful, not all women, successful at various fronts. Some, it could be academically, in business, in their career, or in spiritual issues. Successful at various things they do. However, no matter how successful a woman is, either as a lawyer or a banker or a businesswoman, whatever she does, she still wants to know, as a woman, that the man she is married to finds her attractive by what he says. She might be successful in what she does, and you are proud of her in what she does. But that is not enough as far as a woman is concerned. A woman wants to know that even when her figure begins to shift by childbearing, if God has blessed her with children, or maybe she's aging, or probably getting fatter because she is now relaxed because of the food you provide for her, and she's at peace, and then her body is getting more robust and all of that, she still wants to know, despite her looks, that you find her attractive. When a woman cannot get this affirmation from her husband, I think that it has emotional, psychological effect on her personality, because those words of compliment of her looks will help to build her self-esteem and give her the confidence that she needs in society or in your presence. So please, you need to understand as a man that your wife longs to hear that she is pretty, she is beautiful, yes, she looks good regardless of her shape. You may have gotten married to a woman that was very slim, and maybe you loved her that way. And now time and an event have brought a transformation. Well, I don't want to talk to the women in that regard, because there is also a wisdom approach that has to be enforced. But for a man who's hearing me now, appreciate your wife for how she looks, and let that appreciation be expressed in your communication. So she wants to know that you still find her attractive in spite of the bloated stomach. Most times, childbearing can cause a woman's stomach to get big. Or sometimes late eating at night, and what have you. So regardless of all of that, she wants to know. Secondly, she wants to be assured and reassured that in spite of her imperfections, you still adore and desires her. Oh yes, I think this is the truth, because we are not perfect vessels. So your wife may have her imperfections, just like you as the man. Men, we have our imperfections. It could be character imperfection, your manner of approach, the way you talk, the way you behave. Also, your wife may have several imperfections. Now, she wants to be reassured that in spite of her imperfection, that she is adored, she is celebrated, she is desired. Despite what she does that might be hurtful, painful, that might be disliking to you, But a woman wants to know. So when she does a new hairstyle, she wants you to express it. Many times for us men, we have a problem with that. Us men, we have a problem with it. To look at your wife after she has done her hairstyle and she did that. We've heard women say most times what they do in terms of embellishing their personality, in terms of adding beauty to what their looks, they do it not necessarily because of them. They do it because of the man they are married to. So if there is anyone who should compliment that look, the hairstyle, the dress, and what she puts on, that the first compliment has to come from the man. But most times, men, we take it for granted. We overlook it. And so what we are sharing, what I'm sharing, is for us men to understand that your wife wants to be reassured of her beauty, of how good she looks, regardless of her imperfections, regardless of the things she does that you don't like. And when you say it, there is something it does to her. So when she asks you about her looks, she asks you, how do I look? Most times we overlook it. We just say casually, you look good. Or it's okay. But I think there is something more to it that the man, that we men should say. And I know for women who are watching me right now, you know what I'm saying, that it is the truth. And in case you are a man also watching me, I would like you to know this is a reality. It's something that your wife wants to know she feels good when she looks good. She wants to know she feels good when she does things that makes her look good. And it has to come from you. So when she asks you about her looks, she's expecting warm compliment from you. Why is it so? It's very important because, please note this, two things I will say. Because women fall in love and stay in love through what they hear. Why is it so? Why is it that what you say to your wife will affect her? It's very important for you to say good words. Because the reason why she married you, it was your words that made her to fall in love. And women stay in love through words, not necessarily by what you have. If a woman is after a man because he's wealthy, he has cars, he has material things, then that woman is a materialistic woman. But a genuine woman who falls in love with a man falls in love by his words. Words of kindness, care and concern. And so words are very important to women because women fall in love by words and they stay in love through what they hear. The kind things you say to her, when you say kind words, they go right into her heart. Therefore, when a dress is good, say it. When the hairstyle is good, say it. Secondly, why should you say this to your wife? Because words accentuates, words helps to build her confidence. They help to build her morale, helps to give her self-confidence. And negative words, hurtful words, there are men who they are very sarcastic in what they say to their wives. There are men who say negative things to their wives. There are men who will never compliment their wives. There are men who will never say things that are emotional to their wives. There are men who cannot remember when last they told their wives, I love you. If you're a man watching me, I want to ask you, when last did you tell your wife, I love you? Don't allow the length of time of your marriage. Maybe you may have been married for over 20 years or 15 years or 10 years or whatever. Don't allow the length of time that you've been in that relationship to affect what you say. Because when you say those kind of words, it does so much. So the words will keep your wife in love, and also those words will build up her self-confidence. I think I can allow mommy to pick it up from there.
Wow, thank you very much, sir. That was a very good one. If you're just joining us, this is the Singles and the Married Show. Specifically today, we're actually addressing those that are married, but we said for you that are singles or you're in a relationship, you can actually learn from what we're talking about today. And so we're talking about what your spouse longs to hear from you. Please, if you're just joining us, you have any question, or this program has been a blessing to you, please send your WhatsApp text to 079 619 811 079 619 811. Send your comments, send your questions, and we'll be sure to answer you. For somebody watching me this evening, you might be saying these things are not important, but we want to let you know that these are the things that keeps your marriage going. These are the things that enables your marriage stand the test of time. And so please don't sideline these things, don't undermine them. For some of us, we have not been practicing these things, and probably they are sounding very new to you. And so we want you to make out time and put these things into practice. I talked to the wives and I said, please ensure you say words of encouragement to your husband. And my husband just addressed the men, and he said, ensure that you're saying nice things to your wives. Admire your wife. Let her know she's still beautiful, despite her body size, despite how she looks. Trust me, these are the things that build our confidence. It increases our self-esteem, and it makes us, build our self-confidence whenever we find ourselves amongst our fellow women. And so please, let us not underestimate these things. They are very important in our marriage. They spice up our marriages. And so, over to you, the wives. I would like you to know so that your husband needs to hear that he is needed. Yes, he needs to hear that he is needed. Women in our generation today are rising in full force. We hardly see women today that are timid and ashamed. Women are now a powerful force to reckon with. Many of us take pride in the fact that we are strong, we are intelligent, we are independent. However, our husbands want to know that despite our achievements, they are still a value to us. He wants to know that you still need him, to lean on him for protection, to lean on him when you really need help. He wants to know that even though you seem like a superwoman, there is a place for him to be your superman. And so our husband, we need to reassure our husbands that they are valuable to us. Despite your achievement as a woman, or probably you're earning more than him, or whatever, or you have achieved a particular height in life and in society, your husband still needs to know that you need him. And so I want to believe that this is, you will also put this into practice in your home. And so, like we said, you have any question, you have any comments, please send your WhatsApp text. We're not taking calls, to 079 619 811. Over to you, sir, before we go on a short break.
Okay. What I want to say, to just add to what Mommy said, is that what should be the most important words in your vocabulary as the husband to your wife. Okay, before I get to that, let me just, I think